Hi, I'm Subu bringing crafting to you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe and press the notification bell. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and then I will be able to do lives on there. So today I'm going to show you what I've made with the celebration paper, hand penned, I think beautifully penned it's called, designer series paper that is free. There is only a couple of days left of celebration, so if you're interested in this paper you need to be ordering from me now to receive this paper from Stampin' Up absolutely free. So it's an exploding box, so going to take the lid off. This will be decorated. I've got some things to decorate it. It explodes out. The idea of it is I'm going to write a message in here, but it is to pamper yourself. So we've got some chocolates. We have got in here, we've got some tea lights, and then in this one we have got some hot chocolate to make yourself a hot chocolate, and here is your bath one to have a relaxing, it says dream, a balmy scented kiss her nose. She closed her eyes and imagined softly striped lawns where ladies in bonnets sip tea in the cool shade. So its idea is that it's totally relaxing. So I've made this as a present. You could make it for Christmas. This happens to be a birthday present. So today is going to be part one because I'm going to show you how I made the box. So we're going to start off, and you want, you want a piece that is, let's see, that might not be that one. Right, so you want a piece that is 3 by 8. I think that's right, just let me double check. Yeah, 3 by 8. You want another piece that is, where's that one gone? Oh, that's the lid. So we'll come to that in a minute. So there should be another one that is 3 by 6, and then you want 2 pieces that are 4 inches by 8. So we're going to start off with the 4 inches by 8, and we're going to score that at 5 inches, so on the 8-inch side. So just make sure I've got that right. That's going to be scored. And we'll put that on one side and then score the other one. That's the 8 inches by 4. And again, we're going to score that at 5 inches. Just pop that out of my way. And then the one that is 6 by 3 inches, you're going to score that also at 5 inches. And then you're going to score the one that is 8 by 3 inches. You're going to score that at 5 inches as well. Okay, so let me just move my trimmer out of the way now. So now we're just going to burnish each of those score lines. So we'll burnish those. That's number 1 done. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. Okay. So now we're going to get one of the larger pieces and the 2 smaller pieces we are going to put together, and they are going to fit together like that. Okay, so we're going to fit them together. If you wanted to, you could do it in half this piece. I've decided to do it this way.
so that it's not down the middle. So, whoops, I've got a lot. I've filled this up, so I've done that. So I'm just going to make sure that that lines up with the edge like that. So that just make sure that that is absolutely bang on there. And then put some on the other side. Just make sure that got plenty of glue on there, and that is going to butt up against there. So we're taking this to the score line so that that will come up. So it's butt against that score line, and these two are exactly fitting on there like that. So make sure that they're put up against the edge. Okay, so there we go. And then the top piece we're going to put so it fits on there. So I'll put glue on the bottom, and this is forming your exploding box. Now I couldn't make it out of one piece because the actual let's make sure that that's not gone in as well as what I want it to. So let me have a little look at this. Let's have a look. Just make sure it's all fitting as it should do, so that when you close it, it's going to close all your sides like that, and they should fit together. Now, I think that'd be fine. Yeah. I think that's okay. Right, now I've got some for the outside, so I'm turning it round. So this is going to be my outside now. Make sure they're like that. And I've got, to make it sturdier, Melon Mambo is the colour that I've used, and this is Fresh Freesia. And this piece measures let's see, that's the DSP card. So let me see, my card is measuring 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. So you want 2 of those, and they are going to fit on the outside. This makes your box quite sturdy. And so you want 2 of those pieces. So that's that there. So that's going to go on there like that. And then you'll have a piece that is 3 7/8. So I'll just measure you these again, because I've just lost where I am. So I'll just put these on and then tell you the measurements of these. So you want 2. So this will be 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. This one is 4 7/8 by 2 7/8. So that's 3 7/8 by 4 7/8, and you need 2. And this one is 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. Just let me double check. So it's 2 7/8 by 4 7/8, 4 7/8 by 3 7/8. So sorry about that. So you'll have heard that
over. Put the glue on there, and that's going to go on that one. There we go. And then I've got some DSP to go on top. So this is the lovely hand penned free DSP that we get in. It's got two beautiful sides. And this is, just tell you in one moment. So this is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, and you want 2 of those. That's going to go on there like that, and then okay, and this is 3 7. Just let me check. 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, and you want 2 of those. Okay, and where's my other one gone? There it is. So I'll make sure I'm bringing that back into shot. Okay. There we go. So this is the outside of your box, and then you could decorate this as well. I've left it fairly plain so that I can do that. So then you want 2 pieces for the inside. So again, this is what the DSP is like on one side, and then it's this lovely leaves that you could colour these in. So these are 2 7/8 by 4 7/8, and you want 2 of those. Okay, and then the 2 for these sides is 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. So that's going to be on there like that. Okay, and so you wanted 2 of those, so I've done 2 of those. Okay, so I'll pop that down there like that. Okay, so that is your box made. So that's how it's going to be. We're now going to make the lid. Now the lid is 6 1/8 by 7 1/8, and we're going to score that at half on all 4 sides. So I'm just going to bring my trimmer back in to score. So just make sure I've got that exactly. Okay, so I'm going to do 1/2 inch all the way round to start with. So there we go. And there we go. And the last bit, so that's 1/2 to start with. And then we're going to do 1 1/2. So I'm going to use the other side of my trimmer now. Put that at 1 1/2. So that's going to be on all 4 sides. So 1 1/2. And 1 1/2. Okay. And the last one, 1 1/2. Okay, so let's move that out of the way, and then we will burnish and score. Now I've realised that I haven't pre-done my top 2 pieces, so I'm going to have to cut those out because it's better to put it on before you assemble the lid. So we're burnishing all those score lines, like this, and that's it. Okay, so the DSP, the card layer, so I'm just going to bring back in my track, and I will put my blade back in and get the card. So I've put the card away because I thought I'd done, and I'll get the card out. Let's see whether this piece will be, yes, that looks plenty big enough. Okay, so the card layer wants to be 4 inches by 3 inches, so that is just off 4. We might get away with that 4, so let's cut that 3 inches, and let's see if that fits nicely on the top. So I think it does. I'll just yeah, I think that will be fine. It's slightly over, but it will be fine. And then our DSP, so I am going to do the flower one. So just get this one quickly. And the flower layer, the DSP layer, is 2 7/8. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. So I'm just going to bring that in and cut that. Move that out of the way. Okay, and that will fit nicely on there. So I've done it slightly different this time. I cut my DSP slightly smaller last time. You can choose between either one. If you want your DSP to be a bit smaller, then you could just take another 1/8 of an inch off, but I'm going to just have that tiny border this time because I'm going to decorate on top anyway, and then put these 2 on top of my lid. Okay, and I will then tell you what. So that's going to go in there. Just make sure you've got equal increments. Just pop that over there a little bit. There we go. Okay, So that's going to dry off quite nicely while I do this bit. Right, so I like to do the windmill way, as I call it. So what I'm going to do is cut just to the left of the score line, barely. So I'm cutting right down the score line edge. Then I'm going to do the same on this side. And I'm going to cut this bottom tab off, and then I will wedge this one here. So wedge that and wedge that side. I am then going to turn it, and I'm just going to wedge to the score line there. And then I'm going to cut a notch in just down to the score line, and then the second score line I'm cutting down just to that second score line there. I'm then going to come in and wedge again the tab and wedge again the other side down to the score line, cut that bottom tab off, turn it round, going to repeat. So I'm going to wedge in and then wedge into the first score line, then cut down the second score line to that score line there. I'm then going to wedge again and go in and wedge at the other side to the score line there. Then I'll cut this piece off here, turn it around, wedge to the first score line, wedge again to the first score line, and then cut down that score line to the second one. Then I'm going to go in and wedge that one. Then I'm going to wedge to this one down to that second score line. Then I'm just going to cut the tab off, turn it around, then I'm going to wedge to that first score line and then just wedge to this score line there. And that's how you should have your template. I call that my windmill. That's the windmill way of doing it. It will just give you an even box lid. Okay, so I'm just going to move these out of the way, and then I will pull out what did I do with it? I thought I'd pop that in the box and must have just buried it down here instead, I think. Oh, can't find it. I thought sure I'd popped it right in front of me. See, this is what I do, put it right in front of me and then it's disappeared. So I like to use red liner tape because it's very strong. So what I'm going to do is put that right against the edge by the score line and just cut that and press it down, and the bottom bit as well. That's there. So that's what I've done. So right against that score line and then the edge. Then I'm going to turn it round to the next tab. So I'm going to repeat that on all my tabs. So that's going to be just on these little tabs, should I say. Okay, so just on these tabs that's going to form our box. I'm just going to do that. And then spin it around and do the next one up against that score line. And that. Feel free to share my video, please. I need to, as I say, get my subscribers up to 1,000 so that I can go live again, because apparently on YouTube you cannot go live, and now going live on Facebook I cannot load it up to YouTube because Facebook have taken it off that I can download it. so it's such a faff. Right, now you've done that, turn it over, and the edge, and this time we are not doing the fold, we're going right against the edge. So we're going to put that tape right against the edge, as close as we can, on each of these edges. So we're just doing it on the very edges. No. No. So I'm beginning my Christmas makes now, the things that I do. I know one of mine went quite viral, that I made the whiskey box and chocolates last year. You will find that on my YouTube channel if you search my videos for ones that I did last year. So these I'm making different things this year, so you'll see the different ones that I'm coming up with, the design ideas that I've coming up, and these are my own design ideas, like the whiskey box and chocolates that I did. I did some colouring ones for children. I did all sorts last year, so do check those videos out, because you've got some great things to make for Christmas. Right, but as I say, I will be making different things for Christmas this year. So I'm going round and I'm just going to lift off all these tabs now. So I'm just going to go round and take them off. Now it helps if you actually burnish these down properly. They come off much better. Oh, come on. Just have to get under that tape and it flips back down, look. So, and it sticks to you like anything. There we go. And as I say, you could use your tear and tape on this. I don't like to use tear and tape when I'm giving somebody a box, because I want the box to last. Our tear and tape is brilliant. If you're giving a present to somebody, it does work well, and what I'm doing would work with tear and tape. This is a bit narrower than tear and tape, and I always go over. So what I do now is, in between that tape, I just pop some of my glue and then bend it underneath, bring it to match there, and then just click it down. Okay, so in between the bits that I've put the release tape, bend it down, bring this to there to get a nice square corner, and again the next one, bend it down, bring your corner up, there we go, and the last one, and we have to tuck this in a little bit, so that has to be tucked in, and then put that there. Okay, so I usually go in and just burnish that down. It sticks well, but I'm just adhering it to both sides now, doing that. Okay, now I take the release tape off one of the outer parts. You can start anywhere, it doesn't necessarily have to be this one. So I just peel that release tape off. Then where underneath, I just go down underneath this, okay, and then pop that down, and then I give it a good burnish across like that. Just go round, take it off, put my glue in there, turn it over, burnish it down, and I just do a windmill effect doing it really, so just go round as I do it. Okay, so pull that off, put my glue in there, and do that there, and then this one, get that glue in there, that's it, and then pop that one on, and just burnish that down, send it in, and then the moment of truth, does it work in the box? So pull my box up, and don't forget, once you've got the things inside like I have, it will give it stability for you putting the lid on, but the lid should fit over the top quite easily there, and then you've got a nice box. Okay, so we're now going to decorate the lid. So I've cut out already some of the Daisy Lane, the punch that goes with the Daisy Lane. So I've cut out 2 large ones in the Melon Mambo, and then I've cut out 4 of the smaller ones. I've also cut out a sprig in silver from the Forever Fern dies, flourishing ferns I think they're called, and also I've cut out a big leaf foliage from the artistically inked. So okay, most of them have come out, so I'll have to take the others out now. I was hoping it'd stay in, but you never know what it's going to do, do you really? So I didn't want to be here fetching them all out, so now it's decided that some stick in. Anyway, I don't know whether I'm going to use them all and whether they're going to be underneath, so just pop out the things there, and we'll see whereabouts I'm going to pop that, and if I'm going to cut more off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the back of my poker tool, and just move those out of the way. Stampin' Up give you loads of these. Now you can do this with your pierce and stamping mat. I'm not sure whether it will dint it or not, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go down each of these leaf bits. So I'm going to go each down there. So I'm just wanting them to round a bit, so I'm going to go down there, and so it's curling it up, you can see. So each petal I'm going down till I'm getting it coming up, and there we've got that nicely come up. Now I'm going to do exactly the same on the other one. So we're going to round these petals and do that. That's, where did I get to? So I'm just rounding them with the back. So you can use the what's it called? Our new one. We don't do these anymore. It's a new one, and mine's on its way. So I'm going to put those so that the leaves, the petals go in between, and then I'm just going to poke that so that it will give me a different shape. Okay, and I'm going to see now where I want this, and might pop that up there, something like that. I'm going to do exactly the same with the smaller ones, so I'm just going to go down each of these now, go down each of those and do exactly the same with the other one. I ought to have prepared these ahead of time. So there's 2 there. I'll do the one here.
Okay. There we go. And just one more. So okay, nearly there. I'm going to do that like that. So we've prepared all those. Right, now I'm going to get, well, I've not got them. Right, only thing I haven't got, my glue dots. So I'm going to get a glue dot and I'm going to put it on the back. This fell off. I'm just going to put it in between. I can't pick them up now. I'm going to put it in between my two daisies. So I'm going to stick a glue dot in between. Yeah, so that's going to go. I'm working out your way, sorry. So I hope you've been able to see what I've been doing. So this is going to go in between like that. So I'm going to put that there. Now I've just, with a 1/2 inch punch, I think I'm going to do it that way. I'm just going to go round this to make it into a bit of a dome. So just need to squunch it so it goes into a dome shape. So you want some curl on it. Okay, and I'm just going to get a big dimensional. I'm going to put it on the back of my dome like so, in the middle like that. Then I'm just going to peel that off and pop that right in the centre of my daisy so that it gives it comes up like that, gives it some texture. So I'm not decided exactly on positions yet, so I'm just going to look at this now. I need some smaller glue dots, so I'll just go I'll get some smaller. So I'll get a smaller glue dot for these. Where are we? So I'm going to yeah, I think I can put that on there. I'm going to pick up my glue dot there and put those just like I did the same. Put it in the middle there, press down. So bring the next one up and pick up another glue dot in the middle, and then that's going to go the same on there. And then for these I'm going to use the, I think they're called opals, are they? I've just had them. Got 5. There we go. Yes, they are. The Opal Rounds, these are called. So I'm just going to use the Opal Round. I'm going to use the largest of them. So there's 2 sizes. These are really, really pretty. Ooh, where did that go? Okay, you just pick it up with your tool and put it in the centre there, and get another one, put that in the centre there. So we've got those 2 like that. Now I'm going to cut these leaves up, so I think I'm going to take that one down to there. I'll cut off that bit there. I think I'll cut those up there, take that stalk off and cut those down there. So I've dissected my leaves, and then we'll have a look what I'm going to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to position these. So I'll take that off to start with and see where I want my daisies. I think I definitely want that up on a dimensional, so I've just got those dimensionals underneath here, so I'll just bring that up and bring a dimensional to sit underneath my daisy like that. So I'm going to put my daisy now. Do I want it on the corner? I think I want it on the corner, so I'm going to put that like that. I'm also going to put these up on the dimensionals as well, so I'm going to perhaps tuck that in going that way, and then bring another one to go under there as well. And then we'll stick some foliage in, so I don't know whether I'm going to use that or whether I'm going to use my leaves here. So I think I'm going to put those tucked in there, so I'm just going to get a little bit of glue on those so that they'll tuck underneath. So tuck those in there, so be fine. And then let's have a look. So let's perhaps stick these, they fit underneath there somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to stick those underneath there, so bring those in. So they can stick underneath there. I'll stick these, whether they'll it might go under there somewhere, so let's just take that out first. So we'll stick those going underneath there somewhere. There we go, and see if we can get those and get that underneath, or do we want it to go? All that poke out. I think I'll perhaps have it somewhere there like that. Okay. I'll have that. So I'll press that in, and then we'll bring this foliage in, and I think I'm going to cut this foliage up. So let's have a look. See if I can take a little bit off there, and see if I can get a little bit on there. Right, I think I'm going to try some minis on this, so let's have a look, see if I can get some minis to give it a bit more dimension. So let's see if that mini is too big. No, I think I can just about get that there, so I'm going to take the backing off there. Put those in there. That slipped on the mini a bit, so just pull it over a little bit and tuck it under. It's sticking out too much, so just using my pokey tool to stick it in a bit. And then let's have a look where we can put some more. So let's see if I can get a sprig going round. See if I can get that, and I think I'll put that on minis as well, so and to get that on there. In fact, I might just put the one on and put a bit of glue on, so on the other bits. So I'll do bringing that so that can go under there. Let's see if we can take that and let's come around that off. So let's see, I'm going to cut that a bit further. So I'm going to again put my mini where the bigger pieces are. So I'm going to put my mini on that piece because that's bigger. Get it off my nail. And then another one on the other largest one. But then I shall stick some glue on the other bits. Okay, so see if I can tuck that in there a little bit. And I've just got a little bit left. I'm going to cut that a little bit off down there. And then cut that off down there. Let's see. Wonder if we can get that somewhere. I want it there. Or shall I stick to the outside? I think I'm going to stick to the outside now. This is too tiny for a mini, so not bother with a mini. I'm just going to... Now I've got a piece of stringy bit. Come on off. Okay, I'll just stick that in there like that. Okay, so that's how it's finished off. So I will now show you. So the box lid should be interchangeable. So I'm going to take that one off there and put it on this one so that you can see. And I'm just going to do one more thing. I'm just going to put some lovely Wink of Stella on my daisies to make them sparkle. I'm gonna, so they will sparkle. I'm just twisting this round, and I'm going to make the top sparkle as well. There. Let's go round these. I don't know whether you can pick up how sparkly these are now. It's a bit difficult sometimes to see Wink of Stella. Until you see it in person. Just go around the outside. Now that, yeah, that's beautiful and sparkly for me. Oh, I think you can see the sparkle on camera. Brilliant. Okay, so let me move things out of the way. So this is my beautiful box. You lift off the lid, you open it up, and inside you've got some bubble bath or shower gel, so for relaxing. Just you then can have your tea lights round your bath. You are then going to have the
hot chocolate to drink and eat the lovely chocolates. So this is truly pamper yourself. So I hope you like that. And I could I'm thinking about sticking some extra DSP on the top so that it looks nice when you open it even more, but I haven't done that now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like that. I could also, as I say, decorate the front as well, but I've just done the lid for now. So thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate, do share my video. Help me to get the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. Stay safe. Well, bye.